Welcome, everybody, to episode 191 of Perpetual Backlog. I'm one of your hosts, Aqua, and joining me, like always, is Dole.
Yes, currently on a forever mission in Mass Effect 2.
Yeah, forever mission. Yeah. And our Pokemon Master, Leek.
Hello. That was like a really, really low energy hello.
Ooh, that's fine. That's fine.
I am a Pokemon Master.
There we go. That's the
Hi.
energy we need.
I
Oh, very good.
nearly sold my spit too, and I was about to choke.
Oh,
Oh,
no,
God.
no.
Well,
Suffer for
good.
your art, and your art
Ugh.
in this case being silliness. We love it.
yeah. So, Dalit, a forever mission?
Yeah, so I've been playing Mass Effect 2 on your recommendation because I was trying to play through Mass Effect 1 and that was a mistake.
It was, yes.
I genuinely, because it came out right about the time that Dragon Age came out, I figured they'd be similar. And they are in that they're both BioWare games, but no. No, that comparison goes straight to ME2. And Mass Effect 2 has been an absolute joy. And I'm just rounding up a bunch of side missions, which really don't feel like side missions.
No, they feel like things that are very important,
I-
especially that mission you're on.
Yeah, I did the VI mission, and then I'm doing one wherein I'm going to thrust a meteor into a mass relay. So,
Yeah.
no big deal. And it goes on for like this feels more substantial than some of like the main scenario mission.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna let you know. You're gonna feel really bad finishing that mission.
I already feel terrible. I've been reminded of what this is going to cost this little section of space.
Yeah, about 300,000 lives.
About 300,000 lives, yeah.
400,000 lives. Yeah. Poor Batarians,
It's not
man.
great.
They get fucked over so much in this series.
Look, on one hand, there's 400,000 possibly innocent souls, which I do feel horrendous about. This is a fantastic, like train track issue. Whereas, do I stop the Reapers or do I save 400,000 lives? But also, they could have made this mean more if every Batarian they thrown at me wasn't the biggest dickhead in the world.
True.
So I feel bad, but I could feel worse.
Actually, I'm always mad about that mission because that mission is a side mission, it actually has no bearing on the main story. So
Which
even
is
if
so
you
weird.
even if you don't do that mission, it's not like the Reapers are literally coming in like hours. Like it's going to
True.
make it seem like it would have happened if the Reapers came in those hours.
No, this really does rely on you to really be in the mindset, right? Like this is one of those things where just take out the idea that this is a game for a moment, live in the story. And it's very tense in that regard. But when you remember it's a game, you can just pause. Yeah, it does take away a little something, doesn't it?
Yeah, a little bit, but like I was saying earlier, I was like, when it comes to Mass Effect or whatever, there's a lot of side stuff that just isn't side stuff. Like it should be,
Yeah.
granted as a main scenario, and if you don't do it, then you're just kind of lessening your experience of the game. Yeah.
Definitely.
So, since you did do the tally mission, did you get her exiled?
No, what? No.
All right. Okay. So you must have had enough you must have had enough Paragon points, right?
Yes, I am.
I didn't. I didn't.
Oh,
I got her
fair
exiled.
enough.
Because, by the way,
if
you don't get her exiled and you don't have enough Paragon points, you don't get the Romancer.
I figured that, like this, again, they if you take out the Paragon and Renegade stuff, which is like a hard override, the vanilla options they give you are a doozy of a choice in most scenarios.
Yeah.
You have like really simple ones like Krogan's, which is just pick the violent option, you're fine. But I think, yeah, specifically with Tali, it was really interesting having to make the decision of do the right thing or do the wrong thing and get the girl. Uh, but yeah, I did actually have enough to play the Paragon card and essentially turn the trial on its face and say, look, hang this, you're all being ridiculous.
Yeah.
This is my lovely girl. She's coming with me, and you better not exile or I'll be back.
Yeah. Yeah, if you don't have enough Paragon points for that, uh if you present the evidence, you don't get her loyalty.
She's gonna be so mad at you.
Yeah, you don't get her loyalty, which means she can die on the suicide mission.
Oh, don't say that. I currently, all right, playing through the game, I have currently gotten everyone's loyalty except for Zeed's
Yeah,
because
same,
again,
same.
I'm a good person. It's nothing against him. I thought I'd be able to make that up later on. Turns out,
Nah.
no. Whoops. But also, I didn't want to let all those people die because, good chap.
Yeah, no. I'm gonna be okay if Zahid dies on the suicide mission. So
I don't want him to. I do actually. I was surprised when I first ran into him. I was like, "Oh, you're the bastard of the group. You're the one like you're meant to not like." But he has his
he has really
charm.
good lines. He has really good lines.
He does. He is in fact an absolute horrendous bastard, but in a good way.
Yeah, I just love when he goes, "Let's go be some goddamn heroes."
There'll be some goddamn heroes.
Feel like a livable bastard type of dealio.
Yeah,
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 yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah. He's like a mercenary. I think it's supposed to be a New Zealand accent. I don't even know
yeah,
if
a
it's
little
meant to
bit,
be
yeah.
Australian. I think it's New Zealand. I think he's a Kiwi. Um, and he's the grizzled old mercenary vet, not just a war vet, but like um, specifically someone who is like open about being shady when he needed to be.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, like that's the only game I've been playing. I am again, I'll say it on cast. Thank you for telling me to skip 1 and go straight to 2
It's
because
because 2,
I was not going
you
to
were
make it.
you messaged me. You go, okay, 2 is actually just so much better.
It just is. Like I was like 1 is I don't get it. I don't get the Mass Effect like feeling that everyone else seems to have. I don't think the writing's that great. I don't think it's terrible, mind you. And the character work just isn't quite what I remembered seeing back in the day. And then I played 2 and I'm like, "No, this is it. Yeah, this is what I was looking for. Thank you. Thank you very much."
And the Paragon and Renegade triggers are so good
Oh
too.
my goodness. I just like I'm
Every
gonna make
time
a
the
lot of
Renegade trigger comes up, I'm
comparisons.
like, this is immediately gonna pull my gun out, and they're gonna immediately like put a
Correct.
hole in the guy's head. And I do it, and I'm like,
Oh,
yep.
I'm gonna make a lot of comparisons to Dragon Age because that's my BioWare game. I really like KOTOR as well, but like I've
Mhm.
put too much time to Dragon Age. Um, so the one thing that I do like way more in Mass Effect than in Dragon Age is the idea of the Paragon and Renegade features because it's not just generic good guy, bad guy. It really does feel like um like Paragon is good, but it can be good with an edge. It's like this is the actual correct thing to say in this moment, even if you have to get violent about it. Whereas the Renegade is just, hey, do you want to be an 80s action hero for a scene? Because that's what you're
Mhm.
going to get.
Yeah, because you're still technically doing good things as a renegade. There are some renegade options that are like actual like kind of horrendous.
I kicked a guy out of like 100-story window. That one was pretty objectively bad.
Yeah, but it makes you feel good.
Like I said, I felt like that was a Nakatomi scene. That was the Hans Gruber falling out of the
Yeah,
building scene. Like, yeah,
yeah.
it felt amazing, but it was horrendous. And I do
Um,
like this. I am stunned that they never brought an idea like that to Dragon Age because um clearly there's something like that. Like I'm going to use Dragon Age 2 because this is where it started. There's the wheel system that lets you be charismatic, uh, firm, and aggressive. But it's not. It's not Paragon and Renegade. It's just. It's less. It's less fun.
Yeah.
But it is, I guess, more in keeping with Dragon Age just being a very try to talk your way out of thing game, where
Yeah.
Shepard's a doer, not a
Yeah.
talker.
Yeah. And this system for Mass Effect is actually really good until the end.
Yeah, I'd heard this, and I'm gonna be I am almost 20 years late, but I feel it already. I'm gonna get to the end of 3, and I'm gonna join everyone in misery.
Just I mean, so so if you ever do like a another run of Mass Effect, all right?
It's a short enough game.
Yeah, if you ever do another run, when you get to Mass Effect 3, all right? And you get to the final mission, you just turn the game off.
Okay.
And imagine the ending in your head, because it'll be
imagine
better.
the ending. Or I mean, or you do what I do or whatever. There at the end there's an AI thing that comes up or whatever that talks to you and tells you like what the options are and pretty much all that shit or whatever. It's like a very highly intelligent like almost ED level AI. Um if you shoot it, that is also an ending.
Yeah, I know that there's 3 of them.
Well, no, there's 3 of them,
Technically.
and there's 3 of them. There's the
There's the red ending, the blue ending,
blue
and
ending
the
and the
green
green
ending?
ending. Yeah, there's
Yeah.
actually 4. There's actually 4 endings. The ending where you shoot the AI.
Oh, there's 4. Oh, I didn't know. I thought that was one of the 3 endings. Okay.
Was that the one they added in? After
No,
the...
the one they added in was the green ending. That's the middle one. There's the red and the blue one, which is Paragon and Renegade endings or whatever, and then there's the green ending, which they added in, which is the weird ending. And then there's another ending, which you just shoot the AI or whatever, and it does like this weird deep voice. It goes, "So be it." All right, and then the game ends because you lose.
Oh. Alright, interesting.
Reaper, I think the Reapers just wipe out humanity. Or
And then
wipe out
the
the
Reapers
existence.
win.
Yeah, so that's the Reapers win ending. Pretty much. I like that ending. I'm like, okay, I'm okay with Mass Effect having the bad ending of Reapers win. All right.
Was it that
Um,
bad?
no,
Was the ending that bad?
no, because I feel like it's what's the word for it? I feel like it would be like going back and playing like Mass Effect prequel where you play as the Proteans against the
Right.
Reapers or whatever. You already know how that's going to end. That
Yeah.
ends bad because they lose and they get wiped. All right.
Yeah, okay.
You could just imagine that this level of this era of the 50,000 years is also a rung where humanity and the rest of the world did and the
Oh,
rest
it's
of the
just like
universe didn't win.
recycling you.
Yeah,
Right.
it's just another rung in the cycle.
Uh-huh.
So that's how I would have felt. What would have felt about it? Like the end. It's just it. All of the endings they give you is actually just the same ending. That's the whole issue with it. It's actually just the same ending with like a smaller twist onto it with each one.
Yeah,
I think that
that's word for word what I've heard everywhere, and it's the reason why I used red, green, and blue instead of, like, good, bad, and neutral. Because
yeah.
apparently the big shift is literally what color floods the scene.
Yeah, the green one is the one that like is the one that kind of changes most everything or whatever. Or like it puts the universe on a technically a different path or whatever. So I would assume since that's the one that they added in, that might be the one that they go for the next Mass Effect game. But I'm not 100% sure on that one. Either way, Mass Effect 2, beyond pretty much a perfect game, in my opinion. So I
I'm
cannot.
a little less enamored than perfect, but it's definitely deserving of like the critical acclaim. I see why people want this to be what goes forward and not what happened in Andromeda.
Yeah, I never finished Andromeda, and Andromeda starts off pretty all right. In my opinion, I think like the premise of Andromeda is like pretty cool. I don't like how it has no attachment to the main series.
Mm-hmm.
At least from what I've played, it has no attachment to the main series. I I own it, so I could just go. I might go play it at some point to actually like go through and finish it. The biggest issue Andromeda had was off the bat, like the myriad of like technical difficulties and like the the facial
Oh
animations.
yeah,
Oh my
Andromeda
god,
faces. Yep.
Andromeda
My
faces
face
was
is
so bad.
tired.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, my face is tired, and it's like the most blank face ever. Um, but yeah, the start of Andromeda is actually not bad. I actually kind of liked it, and the gameplay like kind of feels like Mass Effect 3. So, um, yeah. So I don't know. It just wasn't like super interesting.
Mm-hmm.
So you only played Mass Effect 2.
I I think so. I
I mean,
might have
outside of
ended.
Balatro.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, I've been playing True Game of the Year, Balatro. Um, but other than that, I did I end? Did I end Veilguard this week? Whatever. I finished Veilguard and I went to a
Yeah,
much
you
better
finished Valguard last week.
Bioware game.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then
So that
we
then
watched
that's
Arcane.
where.
We watched
Oh my
Arcane this week.
god, it's so good!
Yeah.
I can't wait till the 26th,
23rd.
23rd.
Yeah,
I really
20.
like Arcane. I'm so disappointed that Riot hates fun
Mm-hmm.
because they've shut down Riot Forge and we don't know for sure, and they haven't said anything about continuing on with ideas like Arcane past this. We know that this will be
Oh
the
no
end
no no
of this
announced
story.
that there will
Hmm?
be more Arcane like shows.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Then I take it back. I missed it. They did say
No.
something good because they should. I would like to see stories from specifically Sharima for me, but I'm happy that they're continuing to go on. And honestly, expanding the world like this is only going to do wonders for the MMO that they're working.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
My man, Belatro, in fact, game of the year.
I mean,
Yeah.
it can maybe win. Who knows? Who knows? Who knows?
We'll get there later. But that's
Yeah.
me. I'm sorry. I've taken up so much time already.
Um, outside of Mass Effect 2, because I'm playing it alongside you. I'm a little
Hmm,
lagging behind because I am playing another game. Uh,
fair.
I
I haven't had the time. I can only do the one.
I started back up playing Stellar Blade. That game's
Oh
really
yeah.
good. That game's really good, really fun. I was getting mad at it last night because I was dying to terrain. Because there's a big quicksand area in the Great Desert, as it's called. Um, so yeah, I was showing Dalit a few of the bosses last night.
Mhm.
They're pretty good. It's pretty fun.
Hmm.
The DLC for the Nier collab comes out today, technically. I just don't know when uh NAPSN will have access to it. I know obviously people all the way like in other parts of the world already have access to it because I've been seeing videos. So
Interesting.
yeah, I mean Sony does like PlayStation stuff's always regional, um so it'll either happen at like 3 o'clock or it might be accessible now since it's past 12 my time.
It's 9. Yeah. Fair.
So who knows? But yeah, I can't wait for that. I watched a video of like somebody going through like all the stuff tonight. It looks really good. I mean, I know it's nothing but cosmetics, but you know, that's all that matters in that game. Um
It does
but
seem
I
to be a
did
core part of it.
yeah. I did find out that you can't just go in there willy-nilly to meal shop and like and buy the stuff. You have to collect stuff called stellar tiers. and good enough. Like, fortunately enough, I have access to the two areas that the stellar tiers are in, so I just have to run around and collect them. So that'll be good. I did find the air. So you know in that trailer where it's showing like Eve like do some like cool like sliding down like doing some like weird sliding thing or whatever, like inside a tube
Yes.
or whatever.
It
That's
looks
it.
really cool.
That's in the Great Desert, and I did it yesterday. It helps you get from one side of the Great Desert to the other. So it
And
doesn't
that's
like
just transition. That's
it's no, it's
really
not
dope for just a transition.
well, I mean, you play it. It's like
Okay, cool.
it's one of those things where you have to like dodge like boxes and shit that are in the way. Like kind of like how in Cold Steel 2 where you had the snowboarding or whatever.
Yeah.
It's like that. It's like that, but like a big tube. And so yeah, it's to get you from one side of the Great Desert to the other, so you don't have to like fight enemies on the way there. You just slide down the tube. It's called a hyper tube, is what it's called. It's
Isn't
really.
that the thing that Elon made for Vegas?
I have no idea, man. Who knows what Elon does?
Someone, but it's not me.
Yeah. Outside of Stellar Blade, I have only been watching One Piece and Arcane, but One Piece, yes. Episode 117, I think, is where I'm at. Wait, this was actually a week where we watched One Piece on 2 days instead of just Sunday, because I'm in the middle of the Alabasta arc, and the last episode we ended it on Sunday was Luffy getting impaled. So I was like, we gotta watch like 5 more. Yeah.
When did Luffy get impaled in Alabama?
Dude, Crocodile fucking shoves his damn hook into him.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yes. Okay. Never mind. Because I know how that fight ends, and it's really smart, and it does require him to draw blood. So fair enough.
So that's all I did. That's me. A Mario.
Yeah. I pretty much just played either modded Minecraft because it's that time of the year again,
Right.
and what else? Pokemans.
To be a master. Pokemon
Yeah.
master.
And then yeah, GTA roleplay as usual. And yeah, that's it actually. To be honest, that's all I've done.
No, that's fair
Oh,
enough. Though,
yeah.
you've
Oh,
reminded me.
I played the
Yeah,
Pokemon game too, so but yeah.
Pokemon.
specifically because you said Minecraft last week, I did reinstall Palworld because I haven't played the Sakurajima update.
Yeah.
So I will be. I lied. I did jump into that, but I haven't done anything. I just re-downloaded it yet. I'll probably do that this week. Get caught up before Nintendo pulls a Nintendo and they have to take it down.
Yeah.
No. I doubt it will get that far, but I do want to see what the new update was. People were pretty high on it, and it's an aesthetic that I think a lot of people want anyway. So
Ooh.
the to go on the like the Nintendo thing, I did learn that the injunction what the injunction for Power World is that just to take Power World down. So Power World doesn't get any more like money and shit like that. So that's what the injunction
wait,
is.
no, I was joking. I
the
didn't think it was
the injunction is to remove Power World.
Oh, you better
Oh,
stop playing
man.
quickly.
That's what an injunction onto Power World is. It's to stop it from being in the public.
I thought it was a I thought they would have been forcing them to remove the systems that would, be affected by the patent.
No, it's
which would of
to
course mean
take it
some
down.
downtime for Power World. I didn't think it was like we are actively trying to kill your game because we can. That was a joke that I was making for like weeks and weeks. I didn't think they'd actually go through with it. That is I've been really I feel like I've been really generous to Nintendo this whole time. This makes me want to feel a lot less generous.
Yeah.
That's crazy petty. I mean, and I understand the fear. I think we've spoken about it before. The big fear is that Pal World is no longer a little indie company, and it's mostly just down to yeah, they are allied with Sony, and Sony could, in a very realistic way, actually turn Pal World into another Pokemon. I don't think Pocket Pair on its own could do that. I think it would
Yeah.
stay pretty small overall.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
Sony has the reach and has the money to jumpstart that and just kind of put it everywhere and have it in um everyone's heads, and that would inevitably lead this to be the next Pokemon with, you know, guts.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, yeah,
So
actually trying to
ho-
pull the plug. Whew.
So yeah, I
hopefully,
guess I would be scared too, but I feel like even taking in JP Law being different than NA, I don't see how anyone looks at those patents and sides with Nintendo, because clearly someone just signed yes on a line they shouldn't have.
yeah.
It's so vague. Like, we talk about the Nemesis system all the time, and that's such a complex piece of work. I can see that being patented. Throwing a ball in the overworld
Yeah.
Well, it's not even a ball; it's a
feels
captured device or whatever, right? It's
Yeah,
very
just
sorry, you're right,
anything.
specific
because yeah,
Anything to
capturing.
it was
capture,
anything,
anything to
yeah.
capture, yeah.
That feels too all-encompassing, and it feels like a surefire way
Mm,
to kill so many types of games. I
yeah.
don't see how that gets passed. Like, again, Nemesis
Yeah.
system, sure, it's super specific. This is like awkwardly
Yeah, it's
broad.
like it would fuck up Temtem, it'd fuck up cassette beasts and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
So will it fuck up cassette beats? Because I've been saying this for a while. I went back. Do you capture cassette beats or do you turn into them? I'm no longer sure about that
I don't
anymore.
know. I mean, it's close enough, isn't it? You do
Maybe
you
I.
create them into cassettes to play.
Oh well, then yeah, okay. Because I what I saw was people transforming into them. It's like that might be a way to get around it. Is to
Yeah,
go
yeah. You do
The
transform
whole
into them,
Digimon
but
thing.
yeah.
But yeah, if you still have to capture them to do it, then
Mm-hmm.
yeah, Nintendo's put themselves in a really precarious position where they might take an L on this. But my fear is that they won't.
Yeah, so here is the avenues or whatever. So Pocket Pair
Sure.
could fight it,
Yeah.
lose, and that means they've spent
Goodbye,
a bunch
Power
of
World.
money. They spend a bunch of money on legal fees. They have to give Nintendo and Game Freak $64,000. Um, and Power World has to be taken down, and then it also sets in the precedent that Nintendo can sue any company that has this type of system um to remove their game. So that means stuff like Temtem, Craftopia, um, anything that has the ability to capture stuff, just by throwing something at them is on the chopping block there. Two, Power World settles, takes down, Pocket Pair settles, takes down Power World, only has to pay $64,000. And then Nintendo gets to try this again with another company. Maybe a company that, or actually, they probably won't try it with another company just because, the games like Temtem or
Who's going to
whatever.
challenge them?
Yeah, well, games like Temtem don't have a backing like Pocket Pair does
Yeah,
with Sony.
exactly. Yeah,
Um,
exactly.
and then the other thing is that Pocket Pair fights them and wins. And that everything's all right in the world. But that is very, very
The odds
optimistic way
aren't
of
in their
thinking.
favor.
The odds are definitely not in their favor. Yeah.
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 So that sucks. But
And I feel like Nintendo's really only getting away with this because Temtem, goodness gracious, Spell World isn't out yet. That's the only reason that they can stop them now, after the patents went into effect.
Power World's still in early access?
Yeah. It has not reached 1.0 yet.
Yeah, Power World's still in early access. Okay, well, all right. Yeah, I could see that. And that's how Nintendo can get away with like only asking for a little bit amount of money, right? Because they're also injunctioning Power World or whatever, so they don't have to worry about Power World getting any more money. And for Nintendo to lose money, quote unquote, lose money, because even if Power World exists, I don't see people not buying Pokemon because that's just never gonna happen.
That's you're absolutely correct.
Yeah, so I don't know. But you know, we probably won't know anything more until later on, like maybe early on into next year, if they say anything. But I just want to say that, like, because I did listen to a couple like lawyers or whatever, and the lawyers were like, the injunction means that they're taking down Power World. So yeah.
Hey guys, don't forget to sub to the channel if you're into what you're hearing. While you're down there, remember to like the video as much as we like you. You'll be good now.
But we have Game Awards stuff to talk about.
We
Yes,
do.
we do.
There is plenty to talk about there.
Yep, there we have the nominations for the Game Awards. They were released yesterday.
Yeah, we're starting from the bottom. That's why you
Starting
see
from
these
the
right
bottom.
now.
Yep. And then we'll end it with the Game of the Year. So first up is Best Esports Team. I'm the only one here that really watches esports, I think.
You are correct.
Sure.
I do not.
I didn't watch anything this year. So I'm voting with my heart, not with my head.
All right, so tell us about it.
So T1 won the League of Legends World Championships.
They sure did.
Anyway. But they had to go through Genji and Bilibili Gaming, which are two teams that are, at least during the seasons, were a lot better than T1. But that was only because T1 had some issues during the regular seasons, like their place getting DDoSed all the time. Faker, who has a wrist injury, cannot play as many games as in a row as the normal splits make him play. So his performance not exactly up there. And the reason why they won Worlds is because it is in more of a setup for their team to do better. They were able to play how they would normally play. There's not as many games that they need to play during Worlds or whatever, so Faker gets to rest his wrists. Later on, you don't get many teams that you can scrim. So there's not like a whole bunch of practice or whatever. But anyway, yeah, T1 won. I personally like T1 better than Genji and Bilibili. I don't watch Counter-Strike or Dota 2, so I have no idea about these teams. So this is just me talking about League of Legends. That being said, Bilibili was in the finals, and Bilibili is a really good team. So, if I had to vote, and which I have already done, it may not show it on here, but I voted for T1. So,
I mean, that would be who I'd vote for as well, but that mostly just comes down to the last time I watched League and T1. This is the same team T1 that's been together for the last 3 years. So
Yeah.
hell yeah.
So my choice in picking T1 does not reflect my next choice, which was best esports
No,
athlete.
it doesn't.
Because I did not pick Faker, who I would have who would have thought like that I would have picked. I did not pick Faker. You might have to resize your stream your window leak.
I refuse.
Refused. Denied.
Well, you're missing the one on the
Oh yeah, I see. Oops.
over by Jiwoo.
And I'll scroll.
Yeah.
Ooh, scrolling.
Yeah. Anyway,
Scroll.
I picked because I don't watch. I don't know. This is a Team Liquid team. I'm assuming that means it was Dota too. I think this is a Counter-Strike player. I don't know who these two are. But I picked Chovy. Chovy is the mid laner for Genji. And he's probably the best mid laner in Korea at the moment. So
I feel real bad for certain aspects of the Game Awards because esports is a big part of the industry, but the majority of people who play video games do not care.
Yeah, true.
And so like this and content creator gets pretty overshadowed by the stuff that I think the majority of the people are here for.
Best esports game. I don't even know what the hell Mobile Legends Bang Bang is. I'm assuming
it doesn't sound real.
It doesn't sound real or whatever. I mean,
Mobile Legends Bang Bang sounds like that weird game that'll show up, like that used to show up 10 years ago on the Facebook feed. That was nothing like what it was showing itself to be.
So yeah, it's probably by next year, maybe we'll have what is it, the Riot fighting game, all right?
Yeah.
Oh, 2X
2XKO. And so Mobile Legends Bang Bang won't be on here. It'll be 3 Riot games and 2 Valve games.
I mean, yeah,
because those are the only people in.
I'd be interested because there is a chance that Deadlock goes live and that ends up in an esport environment.
Oh yeah.
Maybe. I'm not sure how popular
next year's
Deadlock is.
already seeming interesting.
Yeah.
That's a good point. I'm not sure either. I've been watching Seagull play it and watch some competitions and tournaments. So it'll definitely have a scene, but I don't know what the size of that scene is going to end up being.
Yeah.
It could just be as big as Overwatch, and surprise, surprise, Overwatch isn't here anymore. Used to be.
Yeah. Anyway, League's the only one I watch, so obviously I picked League. So. And I barely watch League. I only watch like Worlds. So.
But yeah, all the games there make sense.
Content Creator of the Year.
All
right. Sorry.
I love
it's just funny every time. Also, does Queso play video games? Unironically, I thought he just kind of sat there on stream for a couple hours talking about, like, essentially making fun of himself for being fat. Like, unironically, I thought that was his content.
I thought Zeke told me he's apparently family friendly, so maybe.
Huh.
Oh. Zeke actually wants Queso to win. As much of a VTuber fan that Zeke is, he wants Queso to win.
I want Pickle Chum.
Yeah, I'm picking Pecora, but and I watched Pecora's reaction. She's like, why? She's like, why? She had somebody.
Pecora's the only one that I like. No, I know who Queso is.
Yeah. I didn't know who Queso is. I didn't even know who Queso is.
It is funny. He's got Waffle House behind him.
True.
It is hilarious because that just makes
sense.
He's pulling up.
It makes me. It makes me
think that he's an IRL streamer that just won a fight in the Waffle House.
Oh
In which case, if that ends up being true, I'm gonna change my vote because that's badass.
um, Pecora was reacting to her big, and she had somebody like made like a list for her of like who the other content creators are,
yeah.
and like
Right.
had like their numbers or whatever, and they got to techno gamers who had like 43 million like
Oh my god.
subscribers. Or
Yeah.
whatever. And
I've never heard of them. I feel bad.
why am I up against this guy?
Aw.
Though I will say this, I do feel it a little strange they went for Pecora, but that might just be my overseas bro mentality.
No, you know what? You know why they went for Pecora, right?
No, genuinely, I don't.
It's Kojima. Kojima's on the board. He picked her as a nomination.
Oh yeah? Oh.
Wait, hold on. I'm gonna need you to explain that.
I'm not
This
surprised he watches.
Um,
I wasn't expect like if you gun to head, if you would ask me,
Maybe I
pick a VTuber that Kojima
well,
watches, it wouldn't have been Pecco.
oh, there
I
you
would
go,
have
there you go.
gone
Yeah,
to
there he is.
like Mint.
Ah!
Oh God, look at that! Look at that.
he has stated he likes Pecora.
Well, fair enough. I got nothing then. Can't argue with him. I'll end up, I don't know, I'll end up in a video game as some weirdo called like Wrong Man or something.
So, I actually there's rumors going around that Pecora might be in Death Stranding too.
Oh yes.
Kojima, how are you so weird and I'm so here for it?
So
I don't even want to play Death Stranding 2. I don't like Death Stranding, but I want to watch someone play it because the
That'd be
Kojima brain rot is
great.
strong.
yeah.
He put
Yeah.
He put so many Metal Gear references in the first one, so it makes sense he's just gonna laden it with full of his friends and shit he wants in. I can't even blame him.
So I would like Pecora to win just because I want to see her reaction to winning, like Iron Mouse winning last year.
I'll be really interested to see what the overall reaction would be if she won, because I know people don't like it when VTubers do well.
Yep.
They work really fucking hard though, just like anyone
Yeah, but
else.
people
Mm-hmm.
yeah, but people don't see it that way. People
No,
see it
yeah.
as like you're not even really there. People are just there to be
Yeesh.
horny over a PNG. Like if you can imagine the insults, it's been on a forum somewhere. Or just on Twitter. Frankly, that seems to be where all the death battles
Well,
happen.
they're ignorant.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong.
Most anticipated game.
Oh
Ah.
man, this was cruel. How can you
Yeah.
put Grand Theft Auto 6? No one else stands a chance.
Yeah, no, it's going to be Grand Theft Auto 6. I want it to
This
be
is a
Monster Hunter,
foregone
but
conclusion. And to me, honestly, I was genuinely torn for a moment. Because like obviously my heart immediately ran after Monster Hunter Wilds. But man, Ghosts of Yote. God, I'm so excited about that.
Yeah, yeah. It's just as good as Tsushima.
Like, yeah, Ghosts of Tsushima was that game. Like Ghosts of Tsushima and now with Yote has the chance of becoming the new Assassin's Creed. Like now if they make enough games, this will screw over Ubisoft and I'm kind of here.
mm-hmm. But
But
Monster
yeah, like
Hunter's in your
regardless of
blood.
where but yeah, I've been playing Monster Hunter since second generation. So like it is quite literally it has molded. But
Yeah, Andy's
it
so
doesn't
excited for it.
hell yeah.
Ever played the beta?
Monster Hunter Wilds
I'm like
waiting
a
room.
drug addict. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
It's gonna be
I
Grand
mean,
Theft Auto 6. It's gonna be Grand Theft
it's
Auto
gonna
6.
it
Oh,
is,
yeah,
and
I'd
that's
imagine
a bit
so.
of a shame. But it is the most
I
anticipated
do
game.
hope
So
they're gonna
I can't
show
give it.
stuff about 6 in the Game Awards though, since it's voted, been
I
nominated,
suspect they
I mean.
will. Yeah, that's a good
I hope
call. I
so.
hadn't considered it, but I suspect you're right.
Best adaptation.
Oh,
Our
it has to
Yeah.
be. Wait. Oh, God damn it, I like Fallout a lot.
Three of these I know I have heard are really good. So
Yes.
Yakuza's whatever. Apparently, Tomb Raider got lambasted for a bunch
Really?
of different reasons.
Yeah, a lot of people didn't like Tomb Raider.
I thought
Ooh.
Knuckles was the second movie. I didn't realize Knuckles got a TV show, so whoops. And Fallout stumbled at the beginning, but I lied to you yesterday,
Yeah.
Aqua. Apparently, it did actually
It
just
stumbled at the
Really good.
beginning,
as
and
well.
it got really
It's
good at the end.
really
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
That's
But
my
I am
choice. Only 'cause
unabashed for Arcane.
Yeah.
God, it's so good.
Yeah, I'm a simp.
Though, interesting about this, in a fair and just world, Fallout should actually win this.
Yeah, because Arcane was
Because of
only
the word.
Wait, because
Go
of
ahead.
what word? No, because of what
Because
word?
the word adapts. Arcane does not adapt to League of Legends. Arcane just is a really good story, but there's nothing about the game other than the characters that makes Arcane
Well, some of
anything like
the
League of
lore is the
Legends.
same.
Sure, but Fallout is literally that's the game. That is the game on screen.
Yeah.
Maybe.
However, in terms of like the content, God, Arcane's so good.
Yeah.
Like
Last 3
fair and
episodes
just
this
world
weekend.
aside. Holy shit, the first season was so good. The first 6 episodes, the 6 episodes that they released so far have been so good. Ugh,
Yeah.
I like it a lot.
Yeah, my vote goes to Arcane.
Mhm.
Yeah, I'm personally
Laura,
gonna go Fallout.
But I hear most of these
Lara,
are pretty
you
good. Like
deserve
I haven't heard
Yeah.
I haven't heard anything about Yakuza yet. And that
It's
kind of is
out and you can
probably
watch
selling.
it, and it isn't as
Yeah.
bad as we feared, apparently.
Which is but it is more or less exactly what I said. It's just a good version of what I said. Like this is a mafia show that's set in Japan.
Yeah.
But it's good. So that's enough. Laura deserves better. Hollywood, listen to me. Hear me out. Just get Angelina Jolie to come back and give us a slightly older Laura. Just continue that. I'd be so happy with a third Tomb Raider movie that is still Angelina Jolie.
Yeah.
She's just gotten older and wiser, and she's
Mm.
still Angelina Jolie. Let's not be silly here. Probably won't be doing all those backflips anymore, though.
Yeah, maybe not. Best multiplayer.
It's got to be Helldivers, right?
I reckon.
I reckon Warhammer.
You think Warhammer?
Yeah.
No, I genuinely think it's going to be Helldivers.
See, I'm gonna be like, it's probably Super Mario.
Really?
I mean,
okay. I mean,
maybe.
it's to be
It's
fair,
it's a party game.
it's the party game.
Yeah.
It's entirely possible.
Warhammer 40K Space Marine theme charts.
Yeah, I heard Helldivers. Like, I know Helldivers took a nosedive for a month or two when A, the Sony thing's happening, and B, there was some fallout as the devs they weren't really giving the players what they wanted. But in the last couple of months, I think the player base has not only come back, but I think it posted a new all-time high.
No, it's still 548. Or no, 450, 458.
Hmm.
458 was at the original peak.
Okay. I mean, at the end of the day, I think Helldivers, but the only game here that I've actually put time into is Tekken 8. I have issues with things that have gone down with Tekken. I don't think they should be. They should win this award.
You don't think they should win this award?
No, not Bandai Namco, not Tekken 8. Tekken 8 came out and they've had to do so much backpedaling and shifting and it's just not a tier. Maybe next year, we'll see, but not this one.
I mean, so
I don't know
Helldivers.
anything about the Warhammer multiplayer other than it exists. So maybe that's the move.
I mean, Helldivers most likely will win just based off of like I mean, 24. There's 24,000 people playing it right now.
That's what I'm saying.
Uh, there's 7,000 people playing Space Marine 2. I think the big difference between Space Marine 2 and Helldivers is that, like, with Helldivers, there's a lot of variations of like what the hell happens within it.
Sure.
There's not as many in Space Marine. Like, there's like 6 missions in Space Marine, but there's also like a versus mode as well, like a PvP mode as well. So
this is part of a game that is a single player. And then it gets a multiplayer edition, whereas Helldivers is a massive fleet of people coming together to do various objectives. So it's... But let's not forget, I mean, Link puts out a pretty good idea. It's not like Mario Party ain't exactly a popular choice of game to play.
Sure, but I don't think people are like playing it like it's what is it, like it's a cult following, like it's a big cult following or whatever. I don't think there was 24,000 people playing it right now.
It's about how the judges will vote for it.
I guess, but I mean, it's partially us, partially the judge. So
we're 10%. The judges are 90%.
Yeah, I mean,
we might as like. I hate to say it like this because I don't mean it negatively. We might as well not count, and that's to
I didn't realize it was that heavily the judges' choice.
Yeah.
90?
Yeah. So, to be fair, they are giving us a player's voice this year, where we have our own little section where that's just us. The reason that they don't do this, I have to assume, is botting, right? It would just be too easy for people to like bot votes.
They have to have
the
judges,
Now, granted, I'm surprised that 10% and not slightly higher, but I do understand why it is low.
Yeah,
and I wish they'd show I wish they showed the percentages. I'd like to know how the player base voted, and I think the player base would like that too.
You also have to think like 10% could be the factor there, because like what if like, okay, like 10 judges, all right, what if
split decision?
Yeah, what if it's split decision? What if like 5 judges vote Helldivers 2 and 5 judges vote Super Mario Party Jamboree, and then the majority of the people did Helldivers? So
I think
that would sway it over.
I say that I don't think it's a negative thing, and I think that there are situations where it'll matter. It just won't be like the defining reason. But my vote would be Helldivers. I think Helldivers actually did a tremendous job, and no one saw it coming. No one saw it.
You'll never see it come. Best sports racing. I abstained from this vote because I don't play anything.
I don't care.
They're all the same game. They're all just the same game.
What? Wrestling is not the same. It's so
yes, I was about to say.
What the fuck are you talking about?
It's probably WWE.
But wrestling hasn't been good in for 15 years.
What? No, I've been really enjoying this iteration of it. I have. Although the only downside is with this is that you can't have like mixed matches. It is like either play against a female wrestler or a male wrestler. You can have mixed tag matches, but they only fight the same sex. So that's the only thing.
So when one tags in, the other has to come in.
Yeah.
I think that's... Oh no, I think they may have changed that recently. That was the rule up until fairly recently.
Yeah, in the game, that's what they do.
Yeah. But yeah, like if I had to vote, I would also vote for WWE. But sports games frustrate me because every 5 years they'll make a meaningful change, and in the 5 years in between that, it's just roster changes you're paying $70 for.
Yeah.
Yep.
I noticed that they got 2K25 for a few of them.
That's how sports games work.
Yeah, some of it's like cars. The next year is the one you're buying.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, it's the wrestling one's the only one I actually play, so I'm voting for that one.
No, you are making the correct decision.
Bestissimo strategy. So, I also don't play any of these games, but the one game I hear the most about is Unicorn Overlord.
I
That is
want it to win. I've watched people play it. It looks so good. I wish the developer would get that stick out of his ass and just put it on PC for me. I want to
Yeah.
play it.
All Vanillaware
Oh
games
my
are
goodness.
based. They're so good. I love playing. I haven't
Oh
beat 13
man.
Sentinels. I haven't beat 13 Sentinels, but it is such a good game.
It looks good. It reads well. I know there was a couple, there was like a big shitstorm about the difference between the JP and the English. I don't care. It reads really well. The only thing I can't say is like the gameplay. Like I've seen it, but I haven't actually done it. I want to. Unicorn Overlord looks like a joy. I did briefly play the EA for Manor Lords. It's fine. Like if you're into games like City Builders, you'll probably find some enjoyment there, but
Mhm.
it just didn't resonate with me. And I'm gonna be honest, I forgot Kinitsugami came out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Good old
The other two
Capcom.
I haven't. The other two I can't say. I've played An Age of Mythology forever ago. I think that I might even have played the one that this one is a remake of, but it's not this version. The one I played was Ancient.
Yep.
So yeah, I'm really hoping Unicorn
Yeah.
Overlord takes it. I really hope that doesn't cause the developer to really decide, see, we don't need to be out on PC.
Yeah. 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 Best family. This is where I would say Super Mario Party Jamboree probably will get it.
Yeah. Yeah.
I love looking at this category every year because it's the question isn't what'll be there. The question is Nintendo going to clean sweep the category or will there be other nominations?
Yeah.
I've heard a lot of good things about Plucky Squire, and I still haven't played Astrobot
Yeah, I need to
because I
play it.
can't
I need to play
play
Plucky
all
Squire.
of the games, and I want to
Yeah.
play all of the games.
It's weird because
Uh,
3 of these games are single player games.
Hmm.
So
Peach,
I don't understand. Well, then 4.
Zorldo.
Then 4 of these games are single player games.
Oh,
The only
is it just Mario Party
Yeah,
Jamboree?
because Plucky Squire is 1 player, Legend of Zelda is 1 player, Princess Peach Showtime is 1 player, Astrobot's 1 player.
I thought Plucky Squire might have like a multiplayer aspect.
Nah, it doesn't.
Okay, interesting. But I mean, when they say family, they just mean family friendly, don't they?
Yeah.
And it's kind of funny because I think everything that I heard about Astrobot was just like, yeah, finally, Sony might actually have their Mario, their long term Mario, because they gave up on Sackboy.
Yeah. We'll get one. Well,
I don't-
I'll get Astrobot one day.
Yeah, I mean, I'd like to play it. I haven't played any of them. I hope the Zelda game does well. It's not the type of Zelda game I like, but I still hope it does well. Like, I would like to play a game as Zelda that is like in uh the more modern style. So we'll see.
Best fighting game.
I mean, it's not multiverses. Though that Raven that they dropped was really sick. That's her best design in ages. I don't know why Grand Blue is here. That confuses me.
It's a fighting game.
Yeah, but it didn't come out this year. Grand Blue's actually pretty old.
I think it did. No. Versus Rising came out this year.
Versus Rising did not come out this year.
It came out in December, bruh.
Did it?
Yeah. If I recall correctly, let's see. Grand
No
Blue
way.
Fantasy versus Rising date.
December 11th, 2023.
2023. Yeah.
Holy crap.
Yep.
I guess it's because Grand Blue Fantasy Versus existed, and I'm just confusing it with that, but
Yeah, Versus Rising came out this year, yeah.
it's still not gonna win. I mean, look.
No, it's
gonna
Tekken
be
8.
Sparking
Tekken 8's
Zero.
gonna win. Wait, you think it's
No,
gonna be
it's
Sparking
gonna be
Zero?
Sparking Zero. It's 100% gonna be Sparking Zero. Of this lot, the one I enjoy playing the most is Tekken. But how are you supposed to compete with Dragon Ball in the year that Toriyama died?
Oh yeah,
on the
true. I
release
guess.
that gives you the everything roster.
True.
Like, I don't think that anyone else has a chance. I hear it's
Actually,
busted at the moment, and you're.
It's not the everything roster. 21's not in the game.
I imagine there will be DLC for this, though. She'll be early DLC. Um, but you are correct. 21, my favorite. Well, not my favorite. My second favorite android isn't in the game.
Yeah.
I'd like to see Marvel vs. Capcom win just because I'm old. I would like that, but I don't think it will. I like the call out though.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I genuinely think Dragon Ball takes it for a myriad amount of reasons.
Yeah. If this wasn't the year that Toriyama died, I still would think, I would still think Tekken gets it, but yeah, they probably do have the creator died this year buff, so. I specifically don't like. I've watched people play Sparking Zero. I actually don't like it.
Currently it's having an issue where it's being dominated by like 3 characters, I think. But that's just how it goes for fighting games anyway.
Yeah.
Usually not for games like that though, I imagine.
Best RPG.
Ooh, let's go.
Well, so I think Metaphor is very, 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 very pretty, and you've actually played it, right?
Solid has, yeah. He's played it
Yes.
fully, yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, and an Infinite Wealth is very good too, actually.
Yeah, I'm surprised. I feel we'll get to it. Infinite Wealth was robbed of a place later on.
Mm-hmm.
So it is nice to see it show up in this.
Yeah.
Um
Yeah. Now I know.
I
Oh yeah, sorry.
go ahead.
Nope.
I just oh no, please before I start rambling. You're right. Go.
Okay, well, I was just gonna go, yeah, and then Elden Ring. I know it's actually a DLC, but it is
True.
enough of a DLC to be like hours and hours and hours. All right, so
Yeah,
it's
it is
like a
substantial,
yeah.
but I think like this is going to be the big thorn in everyone's side, right? Should a
Yes.
DLC ever beat a full-fledged game for an award?
No. Because it's not a
That's my
full-fledged game.
opinion. It's not a full-fledged game.
Mhm.
You can say it has enough content to be a full-fledged game, and that's fair. I think you're right, but it's not.
If that's the case, No Man's Sky should win like a bunch of these every year. Because they come out with
14
updates.
should be nominated for.
Yeah,
14 should
yeah.
have won a couple of those like 2 years running with Endwalker and Shadowbringers.
Yeah.
Holy crap, that was one of the best RPG stories, one continuous plotline in years.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think this will be the first and the last we ever see a DLC in the running.
Yeah, I think that he's gonna get a lot of blowback for this. Now, granted, Elden Ring fucking slap. What a game!
Yeah. I just don't think it. Like I think there should be a category for best DLC.
Agreed. I think that should just be a category. I don't know why it doesn't exist.
But I don't think it should, like, I don't think Elden Ring Shadow of the Erdtree makes Elden Ring more of an RPG than Elden Ring already did. All right, it was already an RPG.
Yeah.
So, that being said, my vote, because I've only beaten one game on this list, so it's going to go to 7.
Did you never finish Dragon's Dogma 2?
God no, that game's so basic. Even if I did beat it, I don't even think I would pick it. That game is very basic when it comes to RPG mechanics, like very basic.
That's fair. I don't jive with the Dragon's Dogma stuff. I understand it's Tsuno's baby. I didn't like the first one, and I didn't pick up the second one. I
fun.
heard a lot of good things. Yeah, I heard a lot of good things, so I just
fun.
assumed.
As an RPG, no. I don't like it's kind of like Monster Hunter. I don't view Monster Hunter as an RPG. All
Neither
right.
do I, to be fair. So I do understand where you're coming.
So even if I did beat Dragon's Dogma 2, I would not have even voted for it. Like, Rebirth is going to
I get
take
it.
most of these categories for me because it's one, the only game, the only game probably in some of these lists that I've beaten fully. All right, and two, Rebirth was. I am still reeling from Rebirth, fucking over half a year later. So that's me.
Yeah. No, I understand that. Rebirth was a spectacular story. And the changes to the combat system were really, really good. And it is as much of an RPG as it ever was. Thank you, Materia System. But Metaphor's better. It just is.
What better?
Uh, like
Um,
I've said this in several podcasts now, but um Rebirth just it was just too much. And not the narrative, not the characters. They're beautiful, lovely, in their lane, moisturized, crops are watered.
Dalit just
But
had too much video game in his video game.
there was too much video game. There just was, and I burnt out. And I'm not the only one, which genuinely makes me feel so much better about that. And I couldn't get enough of Metaphor until like the last hour, wherein it does the same thing that every single JRPG does, and it just overstays a little too long.
And you're just like,
But
I want to get to the end.
it's like, please just actually be done. I want to see the credits roll now, please. But outside of that, it was a joy grinding. I love all of the characters. Oh my goodness. And like just like literally playing through the game, I never felt like my steam die out. And boy oh boy, by the end of 7, I was begging for death.
Yeah. Best action adventure. I didn't play any of these
Silent
games.
Hill 2 takes this, right?
Yeah, because before it
Yeah, I
came out, people were
guess.
shitting on it. When it actually came out, people went, "Oh, actually, it's good."
Yeah, like the amount of
Yeah.
actual apologies on the internet was staggering.
Yeah. I didn't play
I've
any of
heard
these
that
games, so I have no idea.
Yeah, I was interested in the Zelda one, so I heard it was unfortunately okay.
I
Like
had a lot of
it was just
issues.
yeah. Um, I heard virtually nothing good about Outlaws, which can't be the case. There had to have been something redeeming about Outlaws. It's here. But unfortunately I heard nothing about Outlaws, and Ubisoft really isn't a company I trust anymore. So I stayed away from it on principle. Um, to be an incredible hypocrite, immediately I was kind of interested in Prince of Persia, and I meant to pick it up, and I never did. Um, so that just leaves Astrobot, which I have not heard anyone say anything negative about. Even the short runtime hasn't been spoken about negative, which is usually not the case. And Silent Hill, which got the internet to apologize, which to me is a miracle. So, in my head, like it has to be Silent Hill too. I'd be
Yep.
interested though if this like remakes are another weird thing. 7 as a remake is so different from its original that I feel it can be sold as a different game.
But
But
Silent
something
Hill
like
2 is very, very faithful to its
so
what it's
yeah, I do
remaking. Yeah.
always feel weird when like that has a chance to snatch an award. But just going off of the way people reacted to it, maybe it was just its year.
Yeah.
Enjoying the video? Remember to like and sub. Helps out the channel a bunch, and we're grateful for everyone we get.
There's action game. I have only played one game on
Here
this
is
list.
every game the internet told me was not going to get nominations. Every single one, with the exception of Call of Duty. Everyone knew Call of Duty was. But Helldivers, Stellar Blade, Warhammer, and Black Myth Wukong were supposedly on like a journalistic hit list they were going to get no awards.
I don't know how
So
Warhammer would
Oh.
be on a journalistic hit list, but
I didn't understand the concept, period. Because Stellar Blade is just Nier, and Nier was very well received.
Yeah.
Though
Stellar Blade's about to be
not beat
near
around
now.
near again. To not beat around the bush, my vote is absolutely Black Myth Wukong.
Nearer
I
to
do
near.
not think. I loved Black Myth Wukong. I played through that game 3 out of the 4 times you could.
Yeah,
I
Asmongold
just
says
didn't
the
feel
same
the need.
thing. He says the same thing. He did everything in the game. He
Yeah, but
says
I
he
did everything,
thinks
so I didn't run through the last one. I don't like. I don't think I don't see how the other games beat Wukong for this, but maybe you guys do.
I've only okay, so I've played I've had some amount of hours or whatever in Helldivers too. I don't know. I mean, that was a fun game. And I'm in the middle of playing Stellar Blade, and I really like that game. I see Black Myth Wukong. I see Black Myth Wukong taking this. Um,
Mm.
but I think that's only because that it garnered so much support when it came out. So like a lot of people like
Sure.
playing it. I don't hear much people talk about the game now because it came out. People played it for like a week or two straight or whatever, and then nobody talks about it.
Agreed. I like no argument. If you played this game, you're probably going to think the world of it, but for whatever reason, chatter around it did not stay.
Yeah.
This is fair.
So I have no idea. I mean, the only game I can actually vote for is Stellar Blade. So that's where mine would go. But I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if Black Myth Wukong took it. So best
It is Stellar
AR.
Thirst. You're not wrong.
Yeah, it is Stellar Thirst. Yeah. I don't play VR games.
Let's divulge. Yeah, let's divulge immediately. None of us have an AR headset.
Yeah, but
I've heard
I think Metal Hellsinger VR maybe because it is interesting. Like to be, it is a rhythm game. That's
I
in
have
an
heard
interesting way.
nothing but good things about Asgard's Wrath and Batman.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Yes, I have heard nothing but good things about Batman.
I've heard nothing
So.
about Metro or Arizona Sunshine, but I've heard nothing but good things about Asgard's Wrath and Batman. And I can't remember if the stuff I heard about Metal Hellsinger is from the VR or from its initial
Oh
release
yeah, that's
back
right.
on PC.
That's
I don't
right.
remember which one I've been hearing about.
Who knows? Best mobile game.
Oh no, we're gonna get to. I'm gonna feel like such a fucking shill. It's gonna be
And
3 times in a row.
This is where Dalit picks one game and one game only. All right, and he's gonna be doing this for the rest of the night because it's only going to be Balatro the rest of the night.
You're not wrong. I love Balatro. Oh my god, the others don't even come close for me. Though, admittedly, I haven't. I meant to because I think you all talked about it last week. I did mean to pick up the Pokemon trading card game.
That's
I didn't have
fun.
the time, and when I did have the time, I forgot about it.
I immediately remembered why I don't play the Pokemon game, the Pokemon card game.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something. I don't think some of these Pokemon should do as much damage as they do, especially. And I don't think an Arcanine should be able to do 100+ damage for 3 energy. All right? And the only downside to them doing this much damage is that they get 20 damage done to themselves
Recoil.
when they already have over 100+ HP as well. All right? There's not a lot of other Pokemon in this game that have like above 100 HP. All right.
I'm not saying no one plays the trading card game because I know for a fact they do, but that's not why you're playing. So
yeah, no, I was just playing it just to screw around in it, but God, I got so mad, just so mad because like some of these decks have like Arcanine EXs or whatever, and I'm just like. For 3 energy, and Arcanine can do like 130 damage. I'm just like, what the hell? At least some of the other.
I don't even have a Zenless Zone Zero profile anymore.
Hey man, Xenozone Zero.
I played that
it,
game for like a week and was
I,
done.
I haven't played that game in a while or whatever, but let me tell you, man, Hoyoverse was like, yeah, in our other two like 3 games or whatever, we're not gonna do that much fan service. All right, Xenozone Zero comes out. Oh my god, it's like they're literally trying to peddle porn.
Wait, hold on, back up. In what world does Genshin and not Stellar Blade, that's
Hawkeye
alright.
Star Rail?
Star Rail not have fan
No,
service?
no, 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 no. All right, there's fan service, and then there's the Bernice trailer. All right.
I don't know this character yet.
People that know the
Oh, no.
Bernice trailer, no. All right.
Oh man, no, but Moz has pointed out something that made me remember. Yeah, Nicole was built like that. I forgot.
Yeah, Nicole is
All
built
right,
like
fair
that.
enough.
Yeah.
Fair enough. I retract any defense that I might have tossed up. Nah. That game's just built for horny. You're right. My
No,
mistake.
game. They threw that out. They're because like they increased the rating for the game. Like the games at a higher
They?
rating than
Oh
it is.
god.
Well, the games at
Oh.
games at a higher rating than like Star
At
Rail
base.
and
They
Genshin
haven't
is. Yeah.
changed it
Yeah.
post-release, but
They
like,
haven't
it
changed the
just
post
launched at
release.
a
Yeah.
higher rating.
Yeah, it launched
Got
at
it.
a higher rating, so they're able to do like some extra stuff with it or whatever, and they
I
have done
see,
some
I
extra
see.
stuff with it. So, I don't know who wins this honestly, because Wuthering Waves was really popular, Xenozone Zero is really popular,
Yeah, true.
Pokemon's really popular. I think AFK Journey's the only one that doesn't win this.
I think you're right. It's the only one that I'm pretty sure is fighting the most uphill battle.
Drinking water, playing star.
No, I mean, yeah, like I'm gonna be a shill for the next 3 categories. It's gonna be Balatro.
Yeah.
I have put too much time this year into that game.
Yep. I mean, this one I could see
Hey, we're
Balatro
back.
winning or Animal Well. Because I think Animal
Yeah,
Well
I
had a
don't
really
think
good debut,
Oh, I mean,
really good
actually, a
start.
few of them actually are very interesting because like Plucky Squire is very interesting gameplay wise. And Pacific Drive is interesting gameplay wise. I haven't played Animal Well.
it's
Uh,
weird. That's all I
man.
got for you. It's weird.
Animal Well made made Thor even more crazy than he already is. So that's all I will say.
Oh.
Yeah, Animal Well has
Interesting
puzzles,
integration.
puzzles upon puzzles upon puzzles. If you have a printer connected to your network, all right, there is a computer within Animal Well that if you walk by, it will automatically print out an origami directions for an origami rabbit in through your printer.
Huh.
Yeah.
It doesn't, by the way, it doesn't tell you this. So if you have
No.
your printer in a different room and you just hear it randomly going off, maybe you become paranoid.
Yeah, like every time
Breaks fourth
Thor
wall? That's crazy, actually.
Thor went
Yeah,
right
yeah.
Thor went right by it or whatever, and he moved his like headphones away from me. He's like I'm here all alone, but I hear something like footsteps upstairs. Right? And then he
You're in
walks by it
people's
again.
house.
Yeah, and then he walks by it again, and he's like, wait a minute, I gotta go check something. All right, so he goes upstairs. All right, and he comes back with 2 pieces of paper, and he goes, this game. All right, he goes, I am all alone in my house. All right, there is nobody here because this is his old house where he's
Yeah.
after like before he's like actually full on moving. All right, and he's like, I'm here all alone, and this computer, when you walk by it, prints out these 2 pieces of paper. And I'm sitting here thinking somebody's breaking into my house. I have my machete next to me. All right,
And his large spoon.
on his large spoon. Yeah, and
Very, very important self-defense weapon.
he's like, this game's making me think somebody's breaking into my house. So, yeah. There are puzzles within Animal Well that you will see and you will not know that it's puzzles. All right, and that Thor went literally crazy, like trying to figure out all the puzzles in this game because he's like, but wait, if there could be a puzzle here with this thing. There's like a poster in the background of one of the rooms, all right, that is actually a code for a puzzle in a like a room all the way across the entire like world in Animal Well. All right. And it also has a QR code into it that you have to use the QR code to get answers to said puzzle. But you won't ever notice unless you actually like look at it.
Oh god.
Yeah, it's so weird. And Animal Well's done by the the company Big Mode. That's Donkey's company. You know, video game Donkey.
Yeah.
Sir, as a I'm doing it again. I'm forgetting the correct P word.
Oh, publisher.
Publisher.
Yeah.
Yes. Shared
So,
memory are the devs.
for me, this category is up to like Animal Well or Balatro, but I'm gonna go ahead and say this here, right, Dalit? You're the only person I ever hear talk about Balatro, so maybe Balatro's not that popular.
I promise you it is. I promise you it is. I promise you it's not just me spreading the good word of the local thumb.
Maybe you're the only Jehovah's Witness for this game.
I'll happily be that, mind you.
Best independent game. Best independent game. So for your money,
admittedly,
you want to go UFO
Okay,
50 because there's 50 games within this game.
yeah.
But I don't know what best indie game. I mean, again, it's either Balatro or Animal Well. I mean, it could be Neva, but I haven't heard anybody talk about Neva either.
I think it's gonna be Neva, actually. Neva is gorgeous.
But
Do you remember
did Greece win? Did Greece win
No,
the year it came out?
I don't think it did. I don't
Okay.
think it did. But I think Neva has a great. It's gorgeous. It sounds really good. You will cry. I don't know anything about Lorelei and the Laser Eyes though.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't normally play indie games.
But I am in fact a local thumb shill. He pays me.
Oh yeah.
He pays me in that he makes Balatro.
and then you
So
sometimes win
continue.
in Balatro.
Sometimes I'm at the point where it's really really hard, but I play that game just to have fun. Like I'll do a white stake run just to do shenanigans. I love it. Totally not biased.
Best community
Best
support.
Community support. Balatro. No.
Oh, well. See, I usually go for 14, but Baldur's Gate's. I don't know. Baldur's Gate's. It's still.
Baldur's Gate released mod support this year. Just as a reminder to everyone. I'm putting this out there.
So it's still releasing updates. It released the mod support stuff. I heard Helldivers community is really bad, so I don't know if the support is doing okay mentally. Are you okay?
They probably shouldn't win this year.
No.
Community
Well,
support, are you okay?
they fired
one of
their community managers, so I don't think that
they're not okay.
Yeah. The fact that it's up here, I understand why, because Helldivers 2 has done significantly well. They probably should have found a different game for this particular
Yeah.
Though I do hear in recent months, so like if you're only going to go off of recency bias, Helldivers 2 has done a wonderful job. They have started giving back, like giving the community pretty much everything they were asking for, which is in direct response to how they were trying to balance the game before that. But this requires you to forget a big portion of this game's life cycle. So I don't know about all that.
So normally I would say Final Fantasy 14, but have you heard about our Lord and Savior, No Man's Sky? who came out with
Yeah, it had a big
No
release
Man's
this year.
No Man's Sky Worlds
Yeah.
Part 1, which is a very long
Oh my god.
very long set of patch notes, and this isn't even the most recent patch notes. They came out with the Aquarius update, all right, which gives you fishing, all right, and you have like a little what is it, exo skiff,
It's now
all
fishing.
right? Yeah, there's now fishing,
Yeah,
all right.
reinstall. Fishing.
Okay, so but a heads up, community support doesn't mean what they gave us.
No, it does actually.
It means a dialogue and
Transparency and responsiveness, including social media activity and game updates and patches.
Yeah, but you're only looking at the very last thing. What about the rest of it?
Yeah.
Like, I'm not saying that.
When was the last?
Shouldn't be.
Yeah, but
I'm not
they've
saying
given.
It shouldn't be No Man's Sky.
Yeah.
I just want to make sure that they've done more than just patch it. I want to make sure they're having the dialogue. It's why 14 has won so much. 14's development team is crazy transparent with how much they're talking to us about like all the issues they run into and why decisions are made.
Yep. So here's the thing with this. Here's the thing with this. Free. These updates have been free for the past 7 years.
I understand this. And I love it. However, what has their community team done?
I don't know. I don't follow their community team.
Therein lies my issue.
The category for that, so
like therein lies my issue. Like it's the reason why I was so quick to say Helldivers 2 should have been taken off this, because their community team had like 2 or 3 months where they were the worst. So, like, doesn't matter how good the game was, how much they've given, they had times when they were shit. Baldur's Gate gave mods, and they've been so outwardly community focused in their support of us as we support them. 14, like I just said, won't shut up about all the nice things they're doing for us.
Yeah.
I don't know fuck all about Fortnite and how they do it. I think they do like one big event every so often, but I
don't know why Fortnite's on the list. I think Fortnite's literally on the list just because of game updates and patches, because they do seasons.
That's my assumption. And again, I feel like that's too shallow a pool. Like if you're gonna do community support, it needs to be a case of the community team reaching out and having a relationship with the player base. Which, admittedly, it's been really hard for 14 to do that, apparently. Player base has been kind of more toxic than usual this time around.
Yeah. I mean, I know Sean Murray tweets a lot.
I mean, yeah, he's probably, Lord knows, he's going to talk to you about his game. So, I don't know. It's hard for me to tell. I didn't play. I don't have an active 14 account. I have not done the Dawn Trail stuff. I have been very taken with how Baldur's Gate, despite not wanting to do DLC, has continued to do stuff for their game and continue to interact with the player base. That's where my vote's going. And that's the reason why my vote's going there. But I can't fault you if the community reps for No Man's Sky are talking and that's the level of patches you're getting. God damn.
I also didn't realize they put the Normandy in No Man's Sky.
Hi, yeah, they sure did. I know that shit.
So, yeah, I mean, I don't know. I 14 always gets it. All right, I think they've won like the past, like, I don't know, God knows how many years.
Yeah.
So I don't see why they wouldn't win it this year, but
I can think of a couple.
I love that No Man's Sky gets put up on here like every year though.
Every year, I think like it being a year over year nom speaks volumes.
Yeah. Best ongoing. Why isn't No Man's Sky on this list?
That's a very good question, because I think that would have won best ongoing. Because it had the final
shape update, yeah.
The final shape and the beginning of its new episodic system. Final shape received really well. New episodic systems, not so much.
Yeah.
I genuinely don't know. I don't know who to vote for here. I don't feel like Helldivers should be here. It's a release.
Yeah, it's a release
That
year.
feels
Yeah.
that feels like a weird time to put this on.
Yeah.
I haven't played Vessel of Hatred, though I've heard a few negative things about it, so I'm in no rush to go and grab it. This might finally be a chance for Fortnite to take this.
Yeah, because while Dawn Trail was like okay, whatever, it wasn't like the most amazing thing in the world. And
Yeah,
like, you know, there's also negative things between Destiny 2 and Diablo 4. So yeah, honestly, Fortnite might take it.
this might finally be Fortnite's year. I'll be honest, I wouldn't be surprised to see Diablo take it. I would
Yeah,
be a little
maybe.
surprised to see Destiny though. The final shape
Yeah.
was excellent as far as I'm aware, but everything afterwards has been really doomer for the community.
Good old Dooms.
Yeah.
Games for Impact. I've
Never,
no,
never.
never played any of these games.
I needed to play Senua's Sacrifice, but I did, or Senua's Saga, but I didn't because I heard no one was pleased with the runtime of that game. Like price
Like
to
10
gameplay
hours.
just didn't seem. Yeah, it seemed not in its favor. I heard people compare it to like an AR game and such.
Hmm.
Um, in terms of Game for Impact is this really weird topic, right? Because a lot of the time these games don't make an impact. It's mean to say, but it's true, right? These are not the games that are getting the basis they mean. And I know what they want to say is games that had a message.
Yeah.
Uh, but they need to change it to that because these games oftentimes don't sell very. In terms of its messaging, if Hellblade 2 is like Hellblade 1, that's going to be a banger. Because the theming around Senua herself and overcoming the mental illness and the deficiencies she has is wild. Uh, but I haven't played Life is Strange, Indica, Close to the Distance, and I've only seen stuff about Tales of Kanzera Zal.
Yeah. I never
I think it's a
knew.
toss up between Neva and Hellblade, and I think Hellblade unfortunately had too much bad press. So
Maybe. Yeah. Innovation and accessibility.
I genuinely don't know.
Well, no, we were looking at it. If there's one thing that Star Wars Outlaws might win, it might be this one.
Maybe I don't know what Call of Duty is doing for accessibility nowadays. Um, I played Veilguard and I went to go check the accessibility features. I don't think it does anything spectacular or new or over the top. I feel it has like a pretty stock standard settings suite. So I'm not even sure why that's here. You told me about the Diablo 4 stuff, which I admittedly was ignorant of,
Mm,
despite having played it. And then we had to go look up stuff for Star Wars Outlaw and Prince of Persia because Ubisoft.
yeah.
I still don't know, man. So I mean, like, it's not Veilguard. I don't like it's not Veilguard. So for me, it has to be a toss up between Diablo and Outlaws.
Yeah.
And
I haven't touched these games, so I wouldn't be able to look.
yeah, it's hard to say. He votes for Star Wars.
Did he vote for
Oh
Star Wars?
man,
All right, so I actually have an issue with this list here.
go on then.
All right, because I actually heard this on another stream. Why isn't there a metaphor character on this list? I heard somebody make an argument that Luis should be on this list. Luis.
Luis? No,
Yeah.
no. People are just people just like the way he talks. I don't think he beats out. Well,
You don't
I
think
mean,
you
to be
don't? I was
fair,
gonna say you don't think he beats out Luke Roberts?
he might. Silent Hill 2 is a great game, but I wouldn't chalk it up to its MC. Oh
Uh,
man. Yeah, maybe actually. I mean, I don't think it matters because in my head, and this is me being like hyper biased. In my head, there are only two good options on this list, and it's Jurgens
Brianna White.
because yeah, because Senua is a lot to deal
Yeah,
with.
she's physical actors. Did she
Yeah.
do the
Yeah,
motion capture too, right?
she
Yeah.
did.
Yeah, so
She did mocap and does the voice, so that's so if she wins that, like, even if Hellblade isn't like all that as a game, I can't take away her performance at all. And Brianna White, because Aerith is actually that character. Holy crap!
Yep.
But
But yeah,
I just
I
don't think
was
the others measure up to these two, and I honestly I think it's probably going to go to Jurgens. I had time to sit on it and think.
yeah,
I don't
it
see a
most
reason
likely
she doesn't take it.
she won the last time Hellblade
She
came out,
did. She
so
did.
I don't see why she wouldn't. So best audio design. I only played one of these games.
I like the
So
first three quite a lot. I don't think again, I don't see how you're gonna beat out horror games or psychological thriller games for sound design. It's what the whole concept is based around.
yeah.
yeah, who knows?
I just don't know. I don't know if Silent Hill beats Hellblade or not. Because Hellblade's whole idea is based around audio
Having
design.
voices in your
Because
ears. Yeah,
exactly.
That's right, yeah. Yeah, she does have
So
audio hallucinations and stuff.
just so.
so
Um,
Hellblade probably does beat this.
I assume it beats Silent Hill 2, but it's been long enough, and I haven't played the new one yet at all, so it might be. I mean, Andy, you raised such a great point. But Call of Duty, though, the
Oh,
guns,
they do go pew.
they like you have to get different bangs for the different guns. I mean, shit, I hadn't
I
considered
mean,
that. You're right.
we say this, but Forza won best audio design of 1 year as well.
It's
So
true. It's true. That's just the same joke I made, but with cars.
yeah,
Um, and again, like it's not to take away from Call of Duty. Like genuinely, they do go out, they find the correct sounds for the guns, muzzled unmuzzled and or silenced unsilenced and um in different atmospheres. And I'm sure Astrobot does a phenomenal job of being a toy in a toy world. Like that must have been so much fun to work on.
yeah,
And Rebirth was quite good, but I don't think there's a world wherein horror and psychological games lose
yeah,
and I my like gut instinct is Hellblade.
yeah. Best score in music.
And now we all talk about different things.
Man, there. Well, so I don't know why Silent Hill is in this list. I'm
It's
not
got a
sure.
couple really good pieces. I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah, but enough
You're
to
right.
compete
The
against
thought you're having
the
is
other four.
correct. The thought you're
uh,
having is correct.
I would like. Okay, so I would like Stellar Blade to win this one because I actually really like the music in Stellar Blade. But
You said this. I looked it up online. A lot of people agree with you. A lot of people are super down for the OST.
yeah, I mean, it's just near OST again. So I mean,
But what do you say
and to
was
be
like
fair,
Nier and 13
near
too?
and 13 too. Yeah, it was gonna be like a mixture
Yeah,
of near
yeah,
and
yeah.
13-2 music, which 13-2 was my favorite Final Fantasy OST. So, and near won the year it came out in.
It was really good. Your
So
music
I
just in
mean,
general is really good.
but also Metaphor does have that really banging that really banging battle music.
Battle theme? Yeah,
Yeah.
it is actually it's so good.
But that's like the only piece of Metaphor I actually really know. That and like I guess the main theme that you have at the
Yeah,
start
no.
screen.
Uh, Metaphor's music is pretty good throughout. Um, I think its standouts are, in fact, the Velvet Room music, which is the
Yeah.
Academia
Yeah,
music,
Academia, yeah.
and obviously the battle theme that everyone loves to pieces.
Yeah.
My vote is actually for 7. It
Yeah.
feels like cheating because this is a bunch of music I knew was going to be there, and they then gave me that thing that I wanted. So
Yeah.
I cannot tell you how much joy I was filled with when I got to Cosmo Canyon and they play the Cosmo Canyon theme. Oh, I love that piece
Also,
Yeah.
so much.
the amount of songs that are in Rebirth is
It's
insane.
crazy.
There's
Yeah.
like over 100 songs in this game. Like
Yeah,
way over
someone
100 songs.
Shima saw or is it Shima? Shima Hamazu and I forget who else works on it. They saw Soken and said, "We can do that too. We like
Yeah.
where your head's at. We're also going to put out songs in the triple digits."
Yeah. So, I I would be ecstatic if Stellar Blade won, but I also think that Rebirth was probably going to take it.
But look, between Cosmo Canyon and The Price of Freedom, if you play those two songs, I get emotional.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Best art direction. Metaphor? Metaphor. Metaphor.
ah man, like
Metaphor.
so
Metaphor.
I'm gonna be honest. This this is a rough one. This is full of actual legitimate bangers.
I don't think Elden Ring needs to be in this list.
I mean, yeah, like I'll be honest, Elden Ring does actually have, in my opinion, pretty good art direction. I just don't think it's the type of art direction people appreciate because it's a lot of grays and mud.
I mean, it's the same art.
But
It's the same art direction that it was in base Elden Ring. Like, I mean, it's not like
true, exactly. No, I agree with you. I just think
they
I think that art
changed.
design is fine, especially in a world that is quite literally sick and dying. Um, it just has to go up against something as bright and um and inspired as metaphor, something as like soft as Neva. Black Myth Wukong looks amazing. I think the art design in Black Myth Wukong, between the character work, the armor design, and the setting work, is so good. And you have Astrobot, which is like they made toys feel good, and like
Hmm.
this is the Nintendo art style that always like works. I
That
genuinely think this is nothing but winners throughout,
yeah.
but I am gonna choose Met.
So, but to also say this is all just cope, all right? Because we all know the outcome of this entire show, all right? It's going to be Elden Ring sweep because they made it apparent that they allowed a DLC in here. And what did
They
Elden Ring
they
do
better
last the when
not
it
be.
what did Elden Ring do when it was in the Game Awards when it came out? It swept literally like everything. So, I think the
I
only
don't
thing
I don't I don't like that I have to be afraid that you're right. I don't like
did
this.
uh when did Elden Ring come out?
Hmm?
So when did Elden Ring
Uh,
come out?
2 years ago? 3? 2 years ago?
All right. This was the year that Elden Ring didn't win Game of the Year, if I recall correctly, and it won. Uh, but it won everything else
But it won
because
everything else.
Ragnarok, I think, won Game of the Year.
Yeah, God of War, that makes sense, right.
Yeah. Um, but it
Actually,
did
that
win
really long
everything else.
speech.
Yeah. Yeah.
What was
True.
that
Yeah.
again?
With the really long speech.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The six
yeah.
minute speech. Yeah.
He sold a
Um.
lot of Steam Decks.
Yeah. True. Uh. So I actually do think Elden Ring wins this one. Because I think it's going to do the same thing where it takes up everything but Game of the Year.
I'll be disappointed. I don't think that it should win this. Not with Neva and Metaphor for the wider audience and Black Myth Wukong for people like me.
Yeah. But I'm a doomer.
I would be so disappointed if that ends up being the case. I think your reasoning is valid though, and that's what spooks me.
Yeah, I'm a doomer.
But like, you're the art person here.
Oh yeah,
Like,
true.
do you want
Metaphor for
to
sure, because
actually?
it looks like a bloody painting. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
It looks like a
Yeah,
brush
it looks like a
painting.
painting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah.
I'm so pleased with it.
Best narrative.
Okay, so 7's really good, and Infinite Wealth is really good. But have you heard of this game called Metaphor Refantasia? Oh
Uh,
man, it's really good.
but you have to remember.
Also,
You have to remember the
I take
ending of
offense. I take
Rebirth.
offense to Silent Hill being in this genre.
Yeah, because the story's not that
The
good.
the story is not different. A lot of things are different, like art design and music. The story is the exact same. That shouldn't be a narrative.
Story is good, but it's not new.
It's not new. Exactly. That's my only issue.
Without the end of Rebirth.
The end of Rebirth was great. Like again, all of the issues I have with Final Fantasy VII Rebirth are my own faults. They have nothing to do with the gameplay and the storytelling. Oh man, it's good. Like I'm so worked up. I cannot wait for part 3, and it's killing me that it's not going to be next year. But also Metaphor Refantasia. Like
I
you
mean,
should play that game, my guy.
I've only played and finished one of these games, so I can only say that 7 is the GOAT. So one day I'll be in a better RPG mood to play Metaphor. So that's me. I'm a 7 chill. Best game direction.
Something that's wild. I thought I was just going to shill the whole time. Game direction. Oh man. I burnt out of Final Fantasy VII, so I think that means that I don't think it's Final Fantasy VII, so it's Refantasio or Wukong. Mm. Like,
Electro.
I appreciate
Electro.
it though, man. Like, Balacho is genuinely really. Balacho is so well thought out. Casinos want it. Like, that game would actually change lives, and not for the better. Uh, man, it's for me, it's probably actually Wukong, and not Refantasio. No, but is that true? I don't know, man.
I've
I
only
don't.
played
It's
one of these
really rough.
games. Only played one of these games, so
Like Refantasio, so good. Start and all of the themes and the allusions to our world. Oh, but Black Myth Wukong was really good, and it was so solid throughout. It had an idea, and it's also based off something in the real world. Like, it's such a good parallel. But Refantasia. But is that just recency bias? Because I played Metaphor after Black Myth Wukong?
maybe.
I don't know. It's one of these two for me. It's probably actually Metaphor. Despite playing through Wukong 3 times. Um, just because I've spoken about it more. I've talked about it more. I feel like I have a deeper understanding of Metaphor. The one downside to Black Myth Wukong is we don't have the same cultural appreciation as the game's target audience. I've said this a couple times. I had to do homework playing Black Myth Wukong. It was homework I really enjoyed doing, but yeah. But does that take away from the creative vision? Because it really doesn't. It's you are absolutely playing as Wukong by the end. Now I'm just gonna go with the safe bet. I'm gonna go with Metaphor. Final answer, but I'm not happy about it.
Final answer, but I ain't happy about it.
I
Alright.
don't like having to make this distinction.
Well, obviously I'm 7 because the only game I played.
And 7 is great as well, to be fair.
And now we're
Here
on
we
the
go.
final
The
one.
number one.
Game of the year.
Let's go, local thong. Game of the year. Balatro.
Could you imagine?
I would genuinely be surprised. That would floor me. I'd be so happy. Oh my, I wouldn't shut up about it.
I know you wouldn't.
Man.
It would be funny if the Lottery won.
Balatro sweep. Let's go. Andy gets it.
I mean,
I
I
really
think
wish.
I
wish I played Astrobot.
Yeah, I wish I wish I maybe would have actually put some time into a metaphor because then I'd be able to say something. But I've only gotten through the first like story dungeon, the first big story dungeon. So I've only started my bid to be the king.
So I haven't played Astrobot, and I've heard all of these nice things about it, so I'm happy to see it get a nomination. Also, it's nice to have something to give Sony some real direction instead of flopping around trying to find a new mascot.
Mm-hmm.
I would love to see Balatro win, but I don't think it's gonna. My worry is the real reason why Elden Ring is actually here is to take this spot. That's my actual fear. It's not that it's going to take all of these other ones and miss Game of the Year. It's that it's going to take Game of the Year.
That
And
would
I
be.
really want Game of the Year to go to Metaphor. I really want it to go to Metaphor.
It's so screwed when Elden Ring Shadow of the Earth Tree isn't a game. It is a DLC. So how can it get Game of the Year if it is not a game?
People will tell you it's got more in it than most games.
Yeah, well, so did so does a lot of other things. All right, but like,
I'm not arguing against you. I don't think it should be here either. But here we are.
like Elden Ring has taken up Stellar Blade's spot. I'm gonna be real here. It is
So
taking
is it that
Stellar
you're angry
Blade's
that
spot.
Stellar Blade isn't getting a nomination, or do you genuinely believe Stellar Blade has a chance to be Game of the Year?
I think it has as much of a chance to be Game of the Year as Astrobot does.
Fair argument.
So, and Balatro.
Oh, again, don't make no mistake. I was stunned when I saw Balatro on Game of the Year.
I literally think Elden Ring. I do think that Elden Ring is on here to. I think Elden Ring's on here to win all of it, to win everything, to actually sweep. And I think that's going to be like this would be the first and the last time we see a DLC on this list, because not only is Jeff going to get the most amazing amount of shit pushback for this, all right, I think it's incredibly transparent what they're trying to do. So,
Obvious. Yeah.
yeah. So I think Elden Ring is literally taking a spot that that other
Is it
games that
really
came out
just
this
to
year.
make up for the fact that it didn't take it 2 years ago? I don't like that.
I don't think
And, I
it's
mean-
for that. I just think it's because people liked Elden Ring or whatever, and they want a like the people that like the judges or whatever, the people who did all the nominations or whatever, did a thing what, well, you mean Elden Ring's DLC came out and like a bunch of billion people played it. All right, so maybe we
It's
can vie for a spot for this DLC. And we'll never get
I
a
mean-
DLC that runs this high. And so that's why I
just
think
think that they should have bit the bullet and made a DLC category.
yeah, they should have. They should have just made a DLC category.
The problem with that is the idea is that a DLC category would never be as prestigious, right? But even still,
I mean,
this feels not correct.
yeah. I hate it. Like Stellar Blade could have easily had this spot. Like I don't think Stellar Blade would have got Game of the Year, but I think it would have. I think it deserves a nomination more than
No, but yeah, this
Shadow of
is
the
why
Earth
I was
Tree
asking.
does.
Like, this is why I was asking, like, did you think that I was going to get Game of the Year, or did you just want it to have the ability to say Game of the Year nomination on it because that matters?
Yeah,
That's a
yeah,
selling point.
yeah. I
Yeah,
think it does. I don't think Elden Ring needs a Game of the Year
it really does.
nomination. I don't think the DLC for Elden Ring needs a Game of the Year nomination. It's literally one of the most popular video games in the entire in history.
Yeah,
All
I
right.
genuinely think that everyone would have understood if like it just wasn't here, and they're like, "Look, it's a DLC. We don't do that." It had its shot back in 2022. God of War beat it for Game of the Year, and it won everything else.
Yeah.
Um, so I no, I agree with you. And I have no counter argument. I don't think that Jeff should have done this. I think this is poor form.
Right.
Either.
Jeff does one thing each year. All right. That everybody fucking hates. All right.
It kind of does, though. Yeah.
I'll see if they
Why?
actually. I'm interested in seeing if they learned their lesson with the talk time of each winner. That's
Yes.
my main thing. I'm interested
That's a
in.
good call.
Fucking.
Not to be doomer about everything, though. Do you know what this actually means? This suite
Mm,
of games.
what?
Aqua, you know what it means. You're the one who pointed this out to me.
Oh yeah. That means we get the amazing orchestra of well, for one, Final Fantasy VII music. Two, we get
Mm-hmm.
we hopefully, and I'm hoping we get the monk to come out on stage to fucking do his Esperanto rap. All right.
Yeah, there's a piece of me that thinks they're just gonna go with the Academy or the Academia theme, but I really hope they choose the battle theme. It's
Well,
so hype.
so I don't think they do the battle theme. I think Jeff specifically stated main theme, which the main theme does have the Esperanto rap in it.
Okay, well, we'll take it. Black Myth has a couple of songs that it's gonna sound wonderful. Balatro has one piece of music. I'm not joking.
Yeah, I
Balatro
mean,
has
it'll be
one
easy for them to
song.
pick. It'll be easy for
So
them
we
to
know
pick.
what
Yeah.
that one's gonna be. And I'm fairly sure we know which Astrobot song it'll be as well.
It'll just be the main
Because
theme of
it's
Astrobot. Yeah.
yeah, it's the theme that they played in all the advertisements.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
I
so
don't know
it's
what they're
gonna
gonna pick for. They might pick what is it
they kind of
Radon
have to go in
whatever
this order.
Radon's they might do Radon's music in
I
like
don't
theme.
remember what the main theme to Elden Ring was. I don't know if it
Yeah.
changed in Shadow of the Earth Tree.
I don't know. I
I
didn't play it.
do in general like the From Software stuff. It's not as bombastic or in your face a lot of the
Mm-hmm.
time. Sometimes it is, but I know it's gonna be good. They have to play it in this order, right? Like they can't possibly like we can't just slip Elden Ring in between Astrobot and Balatro, surely. Like this is the order you play it in, just so that well,
Yeah.
God, even Balatro to Black Myth Wukong is gonna be wild. Maybe
Yeah.
switch Black Myth. I think maybe switch Black Myth and Final Fantasy, and you could actually have a pretty easy left to right.
Yeah,
But yeah, no, like that.
they end with either like Elden Ring or Black Myth Wukong, I think.
Maybe, yeah.
Because I think
I would
you
want to end with seven,
start
though. I'm gonna be honest.
you either start with Astrobot, Balatro, or Metaphor.
Yeah, I'll be honest. I think you just go in order. Even if I don't love the Balatro
Yeah.
transition, I think you just go in this order. I think it's gonna be great.
Yeah.
God, Astrobot's gonna be such a fun theme to listen to them go at.
Mm-hmm.
Also, to hear it orchestrated will be interesting.
Yep.
To hear the Balatro theme orchestrated, it's gonna be so weird.
Yep.
But that's it.
That's it.
There is
Yep.
one more thing to bring up, though. Hey,
Yeah, the
and
player's
that's
choice.
the player's voice.
The
Yeah.
player's voice, yeah. Um,
So one of two things is going to happen with this idea. Either people are going to ignore it and say it doesn't matter because it's not game of the year, or this is going to be the new game of the year because this is going to be the one thing that people actually take seriously because it'll be what the players voted on. There is no in between, in my opinion. Like either
no,
this
because
is
you're gonna have
defining.
You're gonna have people bought for this. You're gonna be botted.
Exactly, but I don't think it's gonna matter for a lot of people. I think as far as like Twitter goes, this will probably be
Oh.
where like all the drama side of Twitter goes like, no, this is the only one that matters. All the other
Elden
ones are
Ring
bought and paid
DLC was
for.
Elden Ring DLC was obviously the best game that came out this year.
But it's not even that. We hear it every year that the judges are like hyper biased in favor of this, that, and the other. They're all bought off by
Yeah, but what if it's
games.
the same? What if it's the same? What if it ends up being the same?
Well, then Twitter's gonna say that this was clearly not really a player's choice, and that they just weighted the
No.
scale.
Yes.
I'm happy this
Because I think
exists.
Elden Ring sweeps both. I actually do think Elden Ring sweeps both.
But I mean, it's entirely possible. I mean, for all the people that were talking about like how great Black Myth Wukong is, and that it's obviously game of the year, maybe nut up or shut up, guys. This is your time. But
Yeah.
I don't think that's what's going to go there. I will be interested in seeing. I want to see these 3 rounds. I will absolutely be voting in these 3 rounds.
Mhm.
It's weird to me that these 3 rounds are 3 and 4 days apart instead of like a week apart. But hey, that's fine.
Yep. Either way,
Either
is
way.
it for the Game Awards. That is it for the Game Awards.
Balatro sweep.
Balatro not sweep. No. No Balatro sweep. Balatro will not win.
Who knew roguelike poker was the future?
Yeah. Yeah. I just don't want to see Elden Ring win. I just don't want to.
It certainly doesn't feel. It certainly wouldn't feel good. Like that's
No.
gonna. I feel like that will in fact take away from something.
Yeah. But yeah. Other than that, there was some news that happened today. I think. Final Fantasy 14 mobile. That's cool.
How do we not have a Final Fantasy 11 mobile? Like 14 exists in a way that people are playing it en masse.
Yeah, they promised 11. Where is it?
They promised 11 twice and it never happened. I would like to play through that story. I just don't want to play 11. Okay.
Yep. Kingdom Hearts Missing Link delayed to next year.
Yeah, I mean, like I don't think that means anything. I think it just wasn't ready to go. But I know that that's probably put a certain section of the internet on well, I can't say that word on YouTube, on a certain watch.
Yeah. And I think that's it. I'm pretty sure there was something else, but
even if there was something else, everything is going to be a wash under what is the Game Awards nomination, right?
Yeah. Exactly. Anyway, what are you guys doing this week?
I'm doing the same thing, probably.
Walk us through it, just to be sure.
GTA.
Yeah. Wait, who's the main mon right now?
I'm actually playing a lightning deck at the moment, and I just got a Zapdos EX. So.
Hey, I have one of those.
Yeah, it's all right.
I will be finishing Mass Effect, and then I will probably dump too much time into Pal World.
Whoa. You gotta play Mass Effect 3, man.
Oh, no. That's going to happen. I just need a quick palate.
I just need a quick. You can't just stop at Mass Effect 2, my dude.
And I won't. Like, no, Mass Effect 2 has actually been a joy to play through. I will be playing Mass Effect. But I do need a quick palate cleanser so that I don't burn out. This is the most RPGs I've ever played back to back since I was a kid and didn't have the choice in the games I was playing.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'll probably do. I'll finish Mass Effect 2. I'm probably going to finish that tomorrow, or if not tonight. We'll see what happens, and then straight into Pal World until eventually that grows boring, and into Mass Effect 3.
Yeah.
And a bunch of Game of the Year. That's right.
Definitive
I'm playing
game
more
of the year.
Balatro.
Yeah. Yeah, totally. I too will be finishing up Mass Effect 2. But unlike Dalit, I will most likely move straight into Mass Effect 3 since I don't view this game as very much an RPG. So I just shoot. I just walk and shoot.
And you're right, to be fair. You are correct.
That being said, I'm also going to be hopefully getting through all of Stellar Blade. The near. I've been going at it kind of slow the past couple of days because I don't want to beat the game and then the near stuff comes out and then I don't play the game.
Right.
So, after I get the near stuff, then I'll just go super hard playing the game. So, that's probably me. I mean, I'll do the Pokemon stuff every now and then. But that's
I
me.
might download it. Yeah, I might download it. We'll see.
But yeah, that will be me for this week. So Dalit, go ahead and check us out.
Thanks for joining us today. Down in the comments below, why don't you tell us how you're voting for the Game Awards? We'd be interested to see if we all line up, if we all feel it's going to be a Balatro sweep, or if you too are Doomer and believe that it will be Shadow of the Erdtree. If you enjoyed what you heard, you can find us here at twitch.tv/LeakWibbles on Tuesday evenings. Or if you want us on demand, catch us on YouTube at Perpetual Backlog Podcast. Wherever you choose to listen to us, remember to show us some love with a follow, a like, or something down in the comments. It doesn't have to be your game of the year. I would just be interested in knowing what you chose. That said, I've been Dalit, they've been Leak and Aqua. You've been amazing, and we'll see you in the next one. Be good now.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Before you go, remember to like, comment, and sub to us. Not only does it help out the channel and let us know what you're into, but it also makes you 100% cooler than everybody else. I checked with Aqua. It's definitely